Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is All About Candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur. I have a Bath & Body Works classic for you today, folks. I wanted to throw up a review of Leaves by Bath & Body Works. I really liked this packaging. I think this is one of the nicer versions of Leaves that we've had packaging-wise in quite a while. And I mean, this is just a classic. This fragrance goes all the way back to like the Slatkin & Co. era. And I do have to say, actually, speaking of Slatkin & Co., I feel like Homeworks' version of this candle is Harvest Leaves. And I feel like that's a superior candle and a superior fragrance. But Leaves is also really good. I get one or two of these candles every single year. The scent notes that we have are crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. This is basically an apple cider candle. In fact, it also comes out in a repackage and is called spiced apple toddy. And so this is basically like an apple cider candle, but it's just executed so well and balanced so nicely. I mean, I never get sick of smelling Leaves from Bath & Body Works. I really don't. I've probably been buying this candle for like 8-9 years or something, like for a really long time. And I never get sick of it. However, I will say that I think that this is one of the Bath & Body Works candles that has gotten a little bit weak over the years. I feel like there were times where I would say Leaves was one of the strongest Bath & Body Works candles there are. I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore, but it still performs quite sufficiently. I find it to be a very like mid to high range candle. What you pick up on first and foremost is like a clovey and an apple note, that sort of apple cidery note, and it's just so nicely done. There's something a little bit like granular and almost crunchy to it as well. It's quite a three-dimensional fragrance that I really do enjoy. I've always thought that, like, in my imagination, I feel like I've always smelled like tree sap from this candle, you know, like fresh tree sap. Maybe that's an unlisted scent note. Maybe that's what they're kind of alluding to with golden nectar, but there's always been something a little bit sappy for me about this candle, and it works in so many different ways. Like, it absolutely brings to mind like a cool, crisp fall morning, you know, crunchy leaves on the street. But it also equally definitely brings to mind like a warm apple cider, right? It's a very versatile fragrance. I noticed that it came out in body care last year, and I think that it hadn't come out in body care before last year. I don't think it came out in body care for like 10 years or something like that. I have to say, I don't think it is a fragrance that I would want to wear, but it's definitely a fragrance that I want to be around. You know what I mean? Moving on to performance, this version did pretty well. So this version, I believe, is still on the shelves. This is the one that I purchased this year. I burned it all the way down until the entire candle had liquefied, and I felt like most of the fragrance oils had dispersed. So I did end up with like a little bit of like scentless wax at the end here, but I also think that I let some of these last burns go on a little bit too long, which is why the wax is just a touch darker than it should be. This was originally like a clear white wax. This had thick ropey wicks on it. It was never dudding out, but I do feel like it was slightly lighter than previous years. I would say that this was a 7 in my more like open area for strength and throw. So 7 is perfectly acceptable. Absolutely has a presence, but I feel like there's been versions of Leaves in the past that I would give like a 7.5 or an 8 to. So yeah, like I said earlier, I feel like this is one of the Bath & Body Works classics that gets watered down just a little bit once in a while, but it's still more than acceptable. I mean, I really like this candle. I couldn't picture my life without Leaves, you know what I mean? Every fall from Bath & Body Works, I get like one or two, and I always really enjoy burning it. Yeah, it's just really, really well executed, for sure. I love that one. That's all I have for you folks today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I've pre-recorded this video because I am in Vancouver right now, but I will be back on recording live like Tuesday or Wednesday, just in case you guys think that I'm wearing the same t-shirt every day. I kind of just sat down on Halloween the day before I left and recorded like 5 candle reviews. So yeah, this is a pre-record, but I'm gonna be back to recording live pretty soon and we can all catch up. I apologize if I'm not responding to the comments as quickly as usual. Thank you for understanding. I am busy, girl. But I love you for watching today. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram at allaboutcandles. Email me your burning questions at allaboutcandles@gmail.com. And until next time, my dear gorgeous candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, you guys. Bye now.